So, an ancient altar covered in grotesque carvings, bloodstains, some fairly recent, and surrounded by bones, looms ominously beneath the waterfall. Sacrifice a small woodland creature on the altar using the ceremonial dagger. You catch a squirrel and slice it open on the altar. As its blood oozes into the altar, you are filled with a sense of horror and revulsion as your body suddenly begins to decay. Okay. We were immune to disease. Using the dagger, scratch your initials into the altar. A wild, piercing screech fills your ears, and an almost blinding light screams down from the heavens. Suddenly you realize you're no longer alone. Ancient dire bear. Why is it? Yeah, we need to not play around with this. Okay. We just need to take advantage of the day. Use the ceremonial dagger. Put it into our hearts. Ah, shit. Using the... No. Draw forth the dagger and punch it into your chest, and have your henchman do the same. All of your senses are blasted with all colors, all sounds, all feelings, all tastes, and all scents imaginable. And then you're here. Let's go, my trusty sidekick. Cannot carry any more items, your inventory is full. Well, Alex. That's probably a full armor +1 at least.
You got me, man! Don't just stand there! Crack some heads!
Ugh, and I'm stuck here again. Move. Ooh. Will-o-wisp. You see a ghost, all pale and frightened. It's because Minus round his neck be tightened. No, it's some kind of warp saying that. If we see a ghost, all pale and frightened, it's because Minus round his neck be tightened. Oh shit, are you a rhyming son of a bitch? Please don't be a rhyming son of a bitch. Sniff the air, do ye smell the pain? Methinks me roasted friends again.
Feel that! Well met.
Woodley Ollie, what's this man? Who shares me frying pan? Okay. Ooh. I'm not dealing with rhyming people. We know more or less what we need to do here anyway, so hopefully we can make things. Thank you, Journal. I'm sure you'll explain everything. Okay, this is a journal obviously written by the dwarf Relmar before he went insane. It details much of his journey to the spirit realm, There are several sections of particular note. Word came down from Morgrim in the tower in Can the combat end? Word came down from Morgrim in the tower in Luskan today. That means this is a confirmation of the cult being located in Luskan. I'm being sent to Neverwinter Wood with some lackeys to attack some spirit creature. The bloody wizards give me a vial of poison, supposed to be incurable, short of the single-shot antidote he gave me. I'm not sure why he gave me the antidote though. Possibly I could use it for bartering or something, though Talos only knows what we're searching for. Some of these wizards are coming with us. It better not get in my way or I'll... Stupid wizards wants to kill me. They say it's the only way to enter this other realm. I'll be damned if I let some bony-arsed idiot wizard let it slip that there be 3 other cult agents in the area, one behold in Luskan, and let me just add that the finest of whorehouses be in that town. The second be exploring some caves to the north of Port Last, while the other be in Charwood, a place I know precious little about. I'm thinking that when me adventure here be done, there may be a wee bit of gold to be earned with such information. And a damn fine pickle me be in now. Hork and Tithit both are dead, killed by the spirit while I poisoned the tree. Then those wizards took off and left me here to die. I don't know how, but you can count on Relmar to find his way back home, and when I do... What be wrong with this place? Every landmark disappears without a trace. It seems like there be no way out. It makes me want to shout. What the place am I rhyming for? I don't know what's happening, but I decided I had better hide the antidote to the poison before I get jumped by the spirit. All blasted night the thing wails. Last night I just about got up and took the antidote over to pour on its tree. Can't imagine what I was thinking. The last entry is almost incomprehensible, as the ability to think and or write coherently seems to have been stripped from the dwarf's mind. It does mention something about a pile of rocks to the northwest of the spirit. More creeks. No! Ah, these plastic things are annoying. Spirit poison antidote. Okay, we have everything we really need. Now we just need to find the spirit. I suppose we could administer more poison to it, but or try to kill it. But I don't see any. What would be the point? We have a lot of reward riding on the fact that we can actually solve this issue, so I don't really want to solve it. I doubt they'll be happy if I try to murder the spirit. More creeks, please no. Attack something. Yeah, I'd like to get out of this place as quickly as possible. More creeks. That would be an exit portal, probably. Need to be sure that the creeks are all dead before we proceed. Otherwise they might interfere, and I don't want to get stuck in a difficult situation. I think that's all done. Exit. I'm not sure, that probably won't work, otherwise the dwarf would have escaped. Altar, Spirit of the Wood. This ghostly figure shifts between raging anger and sad desperation as it hovers near a large tree. Exactly doing too. I'm just gonna go in.
Whoa!
And
slow down, hotshot!
Try to use the antidote on the altar. Okay, I'm gonna loot things first, then we'll use the antidote. Ooh. How do you use it? Is it enough to just place it there? No. Maybe we need to fight it.
Don't just stand there! Crack some heads!
I'm gonna assume we need to fight it.
Rah! The Silent Lord take you! Crack some heads!
What is it doing? Keeps on summoning shadow beams. Yeah, we're doing nice progress on it. We can ignore the shadow beam. Hopefully, fight stops at some point. Yeah. Feelings of fear and hopelessness impress themselves on your mind. Okay.
Don't just stand there! Crack some heads!
The Spirit of the Wood looks at you in confusion. Can you speak? Blurry images race through your mind. Very little is recognizable, except some images of small animals and other woodland creatures. Then the images become clearer. A stream of pictures flicks through your mind. Woodland creatures of all shapes and sizes, trees and bushes, insects and rocks. Images are jumbled together and include everything imaginable that could be found in a forest. The images slow down and you see one creature, but the details are blurry. It is obviously a dwarf. An image of the spirit appears and the dwarf does something to a tree, but you can't quite understand what he does. Suddenly the dwarf is gone and the image of the spirit begins to fade. The woodland creatures appear again, but this time you see them as if through a red glass. The creatures begin to attack each other and other shapes that might be humanoid. You sense the fear and frustration of the spirit as the images jumble together into incomprehensible darkness. The spirit stands staring off into nothing, looking weaker than ever. Okay, I have found a cure. You see a blurry image of yourself touching the spirit, followed by the spirit getting larger. Yes, I'll cure you. You walk forward and give the antidote to the spirit. It shudders, then the spirit seems to swell in size. Emotions of joy and love threaten to overwhelm your senses. Images in your mind gain clarity and focus as the spirit recovers from the poison. An image of a fox curled around a sleeping rabbit fills your mind, along with an intensely protective feeling. You show me what happened here. You see a group of men come into the forest. A familiar evil-eyed dwarf is with the group. They go to the pool and the dwarf steps into it. One of the men walks over and thrusts a dagger through the back of the dwarf's throat. Relmar, the crazy dwarf. The image dissolves and suddenly you can see that the dwarf is in the spirit's realm. A few minutes later, Relmar is joined by several of the other men. The group walks toward the spirit tree, spreading out until they form a circle. 3 of the men rush at the spirit, while Relmar sneaks up on the tree. Relmar takes his axe and coats the edge with a green liquid. He hacks at the tree a couple of times. What did they want? The image returns to the 2 men who are not in the fight, running over to the tree. They start to dig between its roots until they uncover a smooth, flat stone. One of the men in the image laughs and then casts a spell. The 2 step through a portal that appears and they are gone. Relmar goes to run through the portal, but it disappears. The last of the men fighting the weakened spirit are slain, and Relmar flees away from the tree to disappear. What was on that stone? All images disappear from your mind, to be replaced by a glowing sigil. The glyph pulses with power and you get the sense of incredibly strong magic. As you look at the rune, the feeling changes from power to time. You feel ages slipping away from your present to the past. Long before your time, before the demi-human races, even before the humans had power, the sense of time disappears and you are left with an image of the spirit placing the stone in the roots of the tree. The images recede entirely from your mind and your body feels distorted for a short time. The spirit smiles at you. The last thing you sense is a pleasant emotion of farewell. Mission accomplished. Might as well report our success. Also start moving toward the northern area. We have a lot of secondary missions there unfinished. We haven't captured the escaped prisoners. There's the werewolf business still undone. We don't have all the gems. Anything else? We don't have all the Imaskarm tomes. We don't have the item for Grimno. What was Dalen missing? Ah, the axe. Okay, I think the axe is also there. The axe is in the inn. I'm pretty sure of that. Well, the hand is in the graveyard. Naturally. We're at tomb. Better rest, just in case. You never know what might pop up at any time. Still, we have basically an inventory full of loot. Might not be all that good of a loot, but worth thousands and thousands. And we have already 47,000. There aren't that many items we're interested in. I can think of a few. We don't have a good cloak. Gloves, we're probably not gonna get anything better. We are still missing one ring. I think a ring of power would be sufficient there. Other's option would be some kind of spell resistance ring or a regeneration ring. We also need an item that protects us from death, but there aren't that many that we can still take. Naturally, we could keep buying more greater belts, and then switch around, so that's not a bad idea either. Although didn't notice anyone selling them here.
I see you are back. Have you had any luck?
I think I have found one of your druids. Okay, I found all of them. Nature herself is impressed with your abilities. Thank you for rescuing all of the druids. I have great hope for the spirit of the wood. Good luck.
I see you are back. Have you had any luck?
I have cured the spirit of the wood. You have done very well, lad. With the spirit of the wood cured, we can return to our union with nature and her creatures without fear of destruction. Here is the 500 gold as I promised. Might as well ask for more. I don't think so. We agreed on a deal, we will stay with the deal. What else? Potion of lore, please. Way too much crap. Gnome is magnetic armor. Greater cloak of protection versus good. Yeah, that's wonderful. Grains of sand. Magic bag. It's not a bad magic bag, but I'm not sure if we need one. Boots of elven kind. +2 dexterity and move silently. It's not bad either. We don't rely on dexterity. Full plate was fun. Magic bag and a decent magic bag too. Robe of electrical resistance. Doesn't look like a robe. That's the problem. Blade of Corlan. Another very pricey item, very likely. Okay.
Hail to ye!
Buy my crap. Mm-mm. 70,000. No, no, not that one. Okay, where's Relmar's journal? Oh, for God's sakes. Oath of Belial. Didn't identify this. Why doesn't fire opals have a price? I do not know. I'm definitely thinking about stopping to loot all the small crap. It's just more bother than it's worth to really get rid of it. It's not that valuable anyway. Okay, we have a couple of ears we need to return. Local movement. I'm buying it. Certainly can afford it. I'm not too concerned about the few extra points of armor class, which isn't bad. We can get a +5 cloak like this, that's a different matter. But okay. Let's report our successes. And return the couple of extra ears we have gained.
It is of vital Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
Yes.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
Show her Relmar's journal.
One can only wonder what this cult might have done had their plans in the Neverwinter Wood been successful. Well done.
Didn't you read the journal? Their plans were successful. They got what they came there to get and they dumped the trash there.
This information confirms it then. The cult is located within Luskan. Excellent work. You have justified Lord Nash's faith in you and more. You will need to get into Luskan and enter the host tower itself. Speak to Erin. Hopefully he will have some ideas on how you can go about this.
I'll do my best.
Very well. Go and speak to Erin then. May Tyr watch your path. May Tyr watch over us all.
It seems like he likes to watch people.
Tis good to see you again.
I have wyverns here. Abdelilah's here. A little bit of extra money, a little bit of extra experience. Haringen.
I understand that you have found information pinpointing the cult within Luskan. That is good. I believe I have found a way inside the city.
What a coincidence.
An old friend of mine is a sergeant who works the city gates. I have convinced him that the plague is no longer a threat, and as a favor, he has agreed to allow my agents and I into the city. I will give your description to him, so he will allow you entry. Erebeth and I shall be moving our base of operations to Luskan, so we will meet you there.
Very well.
Erebeth and I shall begin moving our base to the Temple of Tyr within Luskan. Once you get inside the city, meet us there. Remember to finish up any loose ends you have, and to take what companions and gear you need before going to Luskan. You will not be able to leave the city once you enter. Go then, and do what you must. I wish you success.
Yes, side quests. We must do what we must do. Okay, north. Still missing a gem, still missing a lot of things. No point going through them for right now. No, I don't like the color of this cloak. It's too colorless. I assume it's the cloth colors that design turn things. No, let's go with red. No, it has to be brighter. be bluer? Ooh, that's terrifying blue. Green. That red wasn't bad. Okay, we'll keep this. What is that? The seam, it's of a different color. No, but what color is it? Dark red. We have a dark red. Oh, this is tan. Tan. Ooh, we haven't exactly explored a lot here. I don't think there's anything particularly interesting here now. Anyway, we need to reach the inn and start looking around there. I think I want to see if we can wrap up the werewolf mission now. We've done almost all of it anyway. It's just a matter of finding the last guard and then killing the werewolf. Surely that's not too big of a job. All the other
comes for us all!
This ain't personal, friend, but it's the end just the same. It's time old Dark Tongue got himself some glory. Let's finish this. Or assassin, I suppose.
Oh, come on!
He's actually fairly good. Holy crap, I'm dead. Run away! Run away! Yeah, he has a massive amount of life. And he can do sneak attacks. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm gonna rip your head off and make it my puppet! I'm gonna rip your head off and make it my puppet!
Jesus Christ, how many hit points do these guys have? How the hell am I gonna take him down?
I'm gonna rip your head off!
Yeah, not like this, no matter what. He just has so many hit points. An insane amount, hundreds of points probably. Yeah, there's no way I can take him down, not like this. He's using a blunt weapon too, so we don't have much protection against that. But we still have a little, and he's hitting right through them, through our defenses. I suppose we do have a chance. If he has sneak attacks, he's not a warrior, a pure warrior at least. But yeah, he has enough that he's not gonna be knocked down. Yeah, he's resisting or we're missing constantly. So it's not good enough. Well, it was fairly close. Did not expect that. Problem is really the side kicks he has. It's now that we know he's there, we can just pop a little bit.
Hail to ye!
They attacked last time, so now they aren't attacking for some reason. I'm in the fight. Seems like they should attack. There's only one guy that is really dangerous, and that's the main guy. I'm doing the tanking while Green Gnaw is hopefully doing the killing. Good enough. And he had a normal warhammer. That would be the inn. That's not what we want. Polar bear again. Would be popular here. Why polar bears? Okay, that's probably where our last missing werewolf is gonna be. Where's that? It's just glowing oddly. Small cave, so yeah, don't have to go out our way to search for him.
I'm gonna rip your head off and make it my
Harass this iron heart.
Death comes for us all! You have come to put down the dread Sir Carathis, have you?
Nurek gave me these silver charms. You come to me with silver. Do you not remember that I was a werewolf hunter? That silver would be poison to me now. I offer you a choice, Carathis. Take it or I kill you. And I shall use your filthy charm. I am a servant of my God, however, and it is by his hand that I shall make miracles of your base attempts. There. That should be proof enough of my innocence. Take this journal and I have penned and give it to Nurek. It tells the truth of what has happened. Now if you'll excuse me, I must return to my order and seek penance for taking on the shape of my enemy. Read my journal well and act upon it. Are you going into the chest? No? Maybe. So, tell me, Carathis, why did you trap this chest here? Afraid that other wolves might come in and take your stuff? Where did he get these? Not that they were just waiting for him in the cave. Had to go out there somewhere and carry chests here.
The task, it is certain as death. Death and damnation! The task is done.
Massive traps, worthless loot. Where's the journal? May the celestial armies rain fire upon my enemy, Alhelor. Alhelor the werewolf. Alhelor the alpha male. I have hunted him for years, and with a simple bite, he has stirred me into the very thing I hate. No doubt he hides beneath his merchant guise even now. As the lycanthropic blood coursed through me, I lashed out at the poor boys and thereby spread the horror all the more. One at least escaped my maddened lunge. Ander the smallest. I can only hope that he makes it back to town and tells his tale to Nurek. Surely the priest will send a hunting party after me. I can only hope they are capable of killing me. Before I spread this dreaded curse any further, may the gods have mercy on my soul. Not exactly a huge shock there.
Hail to ye!
My brother, word has come to us that you have found the Night Sir Carathis. Tell me, how did this meeting go? What have you learned? I know the true identity of the Black Wolf. It's Alhelor. Do you speak truly? Alhelor, but he... If this is the case, I almost cannot bring myself to say it, but he needs to be destroyed. The curse of the Black Wolf must be ended so it will never be spread to innocence again. I wish I need not ask it of you, but would you seek out Alhelor and do what must be done? Please, brother, do this and bring me his tooth so that I will know once and for all that the danger is over. Will there be a reward for this task too? It goes without saying that I would reward you for the task, but only if you return with the tooth of the beast. I must be sure that the deed is done. I know I can trust you. Your efforts have been far beyond anything we could have hoped for. End it quickly, brother. Let Tyr guide your hand in the name of justice. Whatever. As long as we get paid. He didn't have anything interesting for us to sell to us anyway. And he's gone.
If you're looking for Alhelor, he went home to get some rest. Maybe I could answer a question for you.
Where does this Alhelor live? Oh, he lives near the pond of water at the town center. It's a fairly small house. Modest, you know. Alharo's usually here, but he said he was tired. Maybe you can stop in tomorrow. We sell the best collection of werewolf remedies around. Well, we're the only ones selling stuff like that, but we're the best. Don't see any point in talking to him about this. Just take care of business. I'll have Laura's house. He could be fairly dangerous though, and we didn't do all that well with that. I think they are using weaponry that we have high protection thanks to the belt, so it should be a different matter against him. Hello, trap. His house has a musky, unpleasant odor, though the source is not apparent, and has an altar and has skulls all over the place. And no one noticed anything odd before.
You have a keen nose to have tracked me here. I suppose I should welcome you to my den.
Prepare to die, Black Wolf. I'm an old and cunning wolf, my friend, not one to die so easily. Temporary hit points, time introduction, polyform morph. Yeah, he's good. How good. Shit, he attacked Grimnar. That's bad. That is bad. Yeah, Grimnar has a high enough of armor class to heal at least endure long enough. Yeah, we've got this. Still, the bastard has a huge amount of hit points. That'll act +2. So that's one threat removed again. One side mission moved. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get one more level up before we end this. At least I think so. 6,000 experience is quite a lot though. Especially since we only get experience from tough boss fights or finishing quests, and there aren't that many quests left, so not certain about that. And if you're not gonna move out of there in 5 seconds, I'm gonna kill you. Although we probably would have to kill quite a lot of. Why is Jahil coming my way? Okay, you're one of the cult members.
Oh, I didn't see you there. You startled me.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I have a question. On this dark day, I'm not sure I can answer any questions. I will try. So tell me about your trap. What's so terrible about... I don't want to start fighting in the middle of the town. What's so terrible about today? It's so horrible. I was supposed to bring my little brother Neva into town to buy him a birthday present for his 10th birthday. He was so excited to have it, so he kept running ahead of me. He ran over a hill, and when all of a sudden I heard him scream. I ran as fast as I could to the top of the hill, but as I got close I could hear men's voices. I dropped to the ground and peeked over the crest of the hill. Neva was surrounded by a group of thugs. They picked him up and carried him off, laughing to themselves. I simply don't know who to turn to. The guards are busy with their own troubles, and I need someone who can rescue him quickly. Okay. I would love to rescue him for you. Yeah, I know it's a trap, so I want to get to it. My hero! Thank you so much for being brave. I must admit that if you are able to rescue my baby brother, there are rewards besides gold that I would be willing to discuss. I know Neva is being held at a bandit camp near some standing stones just outside of Charwood. I have no idea how many people are holding him or what exactly to expect. Please hurry, bring him back to me. That's as good as rescues. Don't worry, my lady. Yeah, I think they might want to try something different. I mean, the first time was maybe it could have worked. Now it's just so obvious.
Hail to ye!
Is Alhalor, the Black Wolf, dead? I don't think a single soul within Port Last has stopped to take breath. Alhalor is dead. I have his tooth here. It has been a dark day for Port Last, but you have reminded us that the sun rises yet again. For the champion of Port Last, here is a token of our gratitude. 750 experience. Around 50 gold. And let's end that. Where does this go? It goes north. Okay. I want to handle the ambush. Don't want to be constantly bothered when we go to the northern areas. There's mainly, I think, two major areas. There's the inn and there's the graveyard. The inn, not sure which one is worse. We're also still missing two prisoners. One should be north somewhere, and there's no news about the other. I recall where the standing stones near Charwood are. They're on the armor map, where there was two farms before we entered Charwood. Should be a simple matter to go there, clear the trap, and just murder everyone. I'm sort of worried what we might find though, because the previous guy coming after us was already fairly dangerous, and I sort of at least think they might be getting more skilled. At the same time, she didn't seem all that dangerous. Typical armor, weapon choices weren't all that good. Much more friendly to our defenses at least. So I'd say if she represents what we're gonna face, we should have a decent chance of killing everything without too much fuss. Our biggest problem really is spellcasters that have significant spell defenses very early on, and warriors that are basically higher level than we are. We need more critical hits, otherwise we can't fight them head on. I think we are. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't take a lot to get those, so we should be fine after a while.
The Silent Lord take you!
Looks like you're big.
Yeah, they're not that good. Very weak compared to the warrior we faced. Oh my god, those look like boots of speed. That's permanent haste on you. That's wrong. Neva, Our efforts with the Orc clans and Uthgar tribes continue, and we are close to a breakthrough. The resulting army, already strong, should be enough to bring about the new and holy empire. Not all is as smooth as hoped, however, as some meddlers are proving to be of small but growing concern to our cause, interrupting our search for the artifact in Charwood, the Neverwinter Wood and the Ogre Caves north of Port Last. I have already sent Solomon against these interlopers, but he has failed. If you should fail, I will have to take Varda from his current task and set him upon them. In other words, do not fail, signed Mogrim Korothir. So Bardock is probably the final boss we have to face. So it basically depends on his weapon selection. Is he going to be tougher or not? Probably a better warrior, sure. That's not what really decides things. On the other hand, if he's good at causing critical hits, he'll blast right through my defenses. Boots. Boots of speed. Haste. Yeah, that's pretty much a must-have. The thing about these is, yeah, +2 dodge modifier. I think the haste gives you +2 to armor craft too, and vastly increase your mobility, gives you an extra attack per round. It's really hard to compare. Actually, armor class increase by 2. Yeah. That's a tough one to compete with. And Grim Gnar is already haste, so he should stay with us without any problems. So he's a very good companion to us now. We don't have to really worry about him, he's just as fast. He's very capable of fire. His weapon usually works very well against enemies that our weapon struggles a bit. So yeah. While we're here, I'm going to report to the Ballard that we helped the druids. We might get a little bit of a reward from him. We'll go back to the inn. Not sure if we're gonna go to the inn or to the crypt first.
My
Doesn't really
friend,
matter.
you've returned victorious. It gladdens my heart to know that there are heroes like you in the world.
He didn't give us anything. Boo on you, sir. Take the hardiness boots back. There's a chance we might stumble into someone's seems like these guys who are attacking us are sort of attacking us randomly. I'm betting they appear in certain locations, but what those locations are, I have no idea. Actually, I might have an idea. At least about Vardak. I think you get warned about him first. I'd like to test that theory. it's not guaranteed to work, but it would be someone in the town that would basically, yeah, I think it would. Ben Laran is the guy. Listen to me. Just a short time ago, someone came here looking for you, or at least someone who matches your exact description. He said he was going to slaughter you, and he demanded to know where you were. Nearly slit my throat too. When was he here? Yesterday? I could barely sleep last night for thinking about it. Gosh, I nearly died. Thanks for telling me. It was the least I could do. I suggest you run away and never return. I think I might. You might return? I think something like that. The warning is a trigger that now the bastard might drop on us at any moment, like the other top warrior fight. But we're hasted now. That helps us quite a bit. Geralt is scaring me. Okay, Green Griffin in and no trouble this time. Let's go with the inn. We have at least a couple of things here. We're also on the lookout for the prisoner. Be he hiding somewhere? We need to... He was said that he's near Luskan, but the gates is closed, so he has to be outside, which means there aren't a lot of places here. That's the gate is somewhere here. So I think the cemetery is there. There was the cave. So either the inn or the cemetery has to also contain the prisoner. Prisoner gem, and I think there's some kind of a challenge here at the end too. That is a fairly sizable area to explore.